Welcome to the Karns and Ferris High School Sports Show. I'm Jeff DiVeronica with my co-host Steve Bradley, celebrating our 20th year on the air. Now we're on YouTube, Rock Sports Now, and joining us on our specialties hotline, our Skype hotline, the Palmyra-Macedon girls soccer team, defending champions in Section 5, Class B1. Hoping to get back to that stage and then even farther. Mike Karns is with us, the head coach in his 24th season. And also the top scorer, one of the top scorers in Section 5, Maya Ikewood. And then one of the team leaders, Molly Seither, joins us here. She's got 5 goals and 10 assists. Not as many as Maya. She's got 24 and 12. And she is, Maya, you are our Bob Johnson Auto Athlete of the Week. Congratulations on that. Because not only are you scoring a lot of goals, you set a career record, career scoring record for Palmac earlier this week. Congratulations on that. Steve, they're making, I can't say they're making a name for themselves. Palmac's always been good in my 25 years covering Section 5 soccer, but now they're championship tested good, and I think that matters.
Absolutely, and I think the other thing that every season we see Palmac at the top of its classes in a bunch of sports, in both boys and girls. It's Tom Schmatt over there has really helped cultivate a great program, and I think that it's built on the continued success over there. And maybe that's where we start with Coach Karns. Coach, welcome to the show, and congratulations on your good start. And maybe just let us know what makes your team go.
There he is.
Oh, I'm lucky. I've got a great group of kids. I've had a great group for the last 4 or 5 years, so I'm lucky.
Tell us about these 2 young ladies here. Let's start with Maya. What makes her such a dynamic scorer? And then we get into some of these big games too, and then we'll talk about Molly. But let's start with Maya. What is she? If someone's scouting Maya, they say, this kid's good at what?
Everything. In the air, great skills, good speed, aggressive, relentless. So she's the real deal.
Molly, what would you say about your teammate Maya? What makes her such a good scorer?
I've really enjoyed playing with her over the years, but the fact that we're able to connect with each other and just knowing that I have another player on the field who's going to work hard and do her best in every single game is really nice.
I think, Coach, that's a great testament. Coaches always say when your best players are your hardest workers, that really makes your team better. Is that the case with the young ladies we have right here?
Absolutely. No question.
Could you break down Molly's game for us, Coach?
Molly is the quarterback, and her nickname is Mosi, which is Molly and Messi combined.
Molly, where does that come from?
Where does that come? I don't know. One year, I don't know if it was last year, my sophomore year, but all of a sudden I just got this nickname Mosi, and it stuck with me.
Maya, take us back to your goal, your record-setting goal. It didn't look like, from what I saw in the video, that it was, one that you're going to say, this is the best goal of my life in regard to skill. But take us through it. Your record-setting goal, 88th goal in teams in school history, a school record.
It was kind of like not stressful, but just like thinking about it for a while. Like, there was a game in between that game where our team didn't score against Mendon. I just was like thinking about it a lot, but it felt like relieving to finally just get it done.
When did you go ahead, Steve?
Molly, you play multiple sports, and I know that you won a sectional title in lacrosse in the spring. What does success in other sports, how does the success in other sports help you be a leader and help your teammates shoot for the goals that you all have for this season?
I think picking up other people's like coaching ways as either captain from other sports when I was younger, in lacrosse and basketball, even in soccer. It's kind of led me to the way that I'm a leader on the field, but also creating this success in soccer too. So like winning sectionals last year in lacrosse has pushed me to want to win it again my senior year in soccer.
Coach, I want to talk a little bit more about this roster because, you've got scores all over the place. Lily, is it Bozel? Is that how you say it? 7 goals, 6 assists. I'm assuming her and Claire are sisters. Yes? Nod, girls. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sisters.
Yep.
And 9 shutouts for this group with a 10-1-1 record as we record this. 6 consecutive shutouts. You haven't allowed a goal since September 13th. So I want to ask you about that defense and about your goalie. But also Sophie Barclay with 3 goals, 9 assists. Reagan Deal, 1 goal, 9 assists. She had 3 assists against Penn Yan, and Jenna Santelli had 3 goals against Penn Yan. And Maya, you've had at least, I looked at some quick research, at least 4 or 5 games with multiple goals scored. But Coach, tell us about the defense and how that's been a great backbone for you this year.
This team has the best team defense I've ever had. And I'm not just talking about my back four. The whole team thrives on defending. And it's, like I said, I'm lucky. These kids work their tails off. And I have a great keeper too. Don't me sell her short. She's the best I've ever had. So it's a good
Wow, that's
combination.
almost a quarter century. That's quite a statement. 24 years on the job. Wow, Claire, that's awesome.
What makes her so good, Mike?
Claire,
Yeah.
her skill set has, from last year, has improved immensely. She can do it all. She had a shot last night, incredible save, and that's probably the best save she's had all year, in my opinion. And, there's some games she doesn't get tested. So it's hard for a keeper to stay focused when she's not getting tested. And last night, awesome diving save late in the second half. She's special.
When it's funny you say that, when I covered the Rochester Rhinos for so many years with the Democrat and Chronicle, they had some really good goalkeepers. And one of the best, maybe the best, was Pat Onstadt. This is when the Rhinos were beating teams 3-4-0, 5-1. And he might have to only make one big save a game. And he didn't have a lot of action, but that's really critical, is having a kid that can stay focused even when there's not a lot of action. You got a great group here. I know another one, Coach, before we go to break, I want to ask you about another one of your captains, Emma Robinson. What does she bring? 8 goals, 6 assists, but what else does she bring to the table for you?
She's a beast. And I don't mean that in a bad way. She is a beast. Physical, fast. She's been really composed this year. Hasn't scored as many goals as years past, but she's been a playmaker, a huge asset for us. She's been awesome.
Well, we'll talk a bit more about the future for these 2 young ladies too as we come back for our break. You're watching the Karns and Ferris High School Sports Show right here on YouTube on Rock Sports Now.
Looking for a used truck? Can you find one out of 350? At BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com, you'll find one. Love SUVs? 800 are waiting for you to take one home at BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com. Add 350 pre-owned sedans, and you've got a total of 1,500 used vehicles only at BobJohnsonAutoGroup.com.
Bob Johnson's got your ride. Bob Johnson.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Karns and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Karns and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Karns and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
The best three things here at McQuaid are definitely the sports, the brotherhood, and the service to community. I think that's a really big, important thing that McQuaid stresses, which is part of creating a better and great man. You definitely feel a connection with your fellow students here. It's being all guy school. You're able to relate to each other on a personal level, and everyone's very welcoming here with open arms and willing to be your friend.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
Protecting your home's worth pays off when you trust the experienced team at American Custom. We've all seen our homes go up in value, making home improvements a wise choice. If you think your home is worth a lot now, just wait until our team is done with it. Call American today.
Welcome back to the Karns and Ferris High School Sports Show. I'm Jeff DiVeronica with Palmyra-Macedon girls soccer. As we record this, they've won 10 of their 12 matches. And I tell you what, the tie and the loss are nothing to sneeze at. The tie was against an unbeaten Mendon team, 7-0-2 they are as we record this. And the loss was back on September 12th in overtime against Sutherland. It's a Sutherland team that is under 500, but no shame in tying those teams. And Coach, I guess playing up against that level of competition, what did you like about the way the girls competed?
Well, the Sutherland game for us, I think, was an eye-opener, and it let our kids realize that they could compete at that level, which, going in the Mendon game, a big difference. And my opinion, Mendon is close, if not the best team in Section 5. They are loaded, and that was a really good result for us and a fun game to coach. Both teams played really well. Really excited moving forward. That gave us a lot of confidence.
Sometimes,
Maya, let me ask you that same question, if I could. Just what did those matches against the Pittsburgh teams teach this group, do you think?
It was really exciting. It was really exciting just like competing at that level with this team. And it was really good for our confidence because against Sutherland, I feel like a lot of us were more nervous. But then when we realized we could play with them against Mendon, we played a lot better.
Molly, let's go back to 2020. You all had a really good team that fall, team that probably was the best in class and would have made a great run to a sectional championship, but thing called COVID got in the way. How much did the opportunity that you did not have in 2020 motivate you and your teammates to come back strong last year and even carry it over into this season?
I know that 2020 year we lost a bunch of seniors. I'm not sure how many, but I know it's a lot. And so the few of us who were up that year, we kind of brought it along the next year for even some returning players and the new juniors who were coming up. And I don't know if we influenced them, but I think we're all like, it stunk that we weren't able to play in sectionals that year. So we want to bring it back this year.
I don't think a Pal-Mac team has ever repeated in the Section 5 champion. Coach, is that right? Okay, so that'd be something to shoot for sure. And you've only got a couple of matches left in the regular season as we record this, so it's coming in fast and furious here. Let's talk about the future beyond high school right now, real quick. But Maya, what's next for you after high school? Obviously, you want to keep playing soccer, right?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
I'm going to UB.
Okay, what drew you to the Bulls?
I love the coaching staff there, and the team was so welcoming. And I also know a few commits that are a year older than me, and I have a good relationship with them too.
Let me ask you one more question. I'm looking at your career here. As an eighth grader, you scored 16 goals, 17 assists. Freshman year, 23 and 16 in just 12 matches. That was the COVID year. Last year, 26 and 14, and then 24 and 12 this year. So you should surpass both of those numbers. I guess, when did you start getting marked really, where people tried to take you away? And I guess, what would your advice be to a younger player that encounters that, about how you don't get too frustrated by that?
Really, you just have to remember, like, you're doing it to have fun, so you can't get too frustrated. And I feel like when you have a good mindset, it's just fun, and yeah.
So Molly,
That's awesome to hear,
you've
actually.
been around for a while and played some sports, and Coach Karns has been around for a while. What's it like to play for this guy?
It can be very not upsetting, but it can get kind of stressful at some points. But he's also the coach that's gonna have fun with you. He's gonna try to fix your problems if you have them. He tries to make practice fun. He jokes around a lot, which is really nice. But he's definitely the coach that he wants us to strive for perfection, even though we'll never be perfect. But there's always room for improvement for us. So we go into practices and games trying to fix our mistakes, but also having fun.
Mike, let me ask you about, almost a quarter century in coaching this program. Um, I'm going to guess you're old school. I'm old school. Is it okay to push kids? I know there's this big theory out there about, oh, we got to take it easy on the kids. It's stressful. But is it okay to push them? Are you a parent? I mean, imagine, what's your take on that?
Well, it's not like it was 15 years ago. So we have done sprints in practice once this year. But having said that, we've done it only once because these kids came into preseason super fit and they work hard every day. So there's no reason to do it. And in games, in my opinion, we're the most fit team there is. So there's really, in training, we do all our training with a ball. So back in the old days, kids get out of line. It was get on the end line. We're going to do sprints. Now, like I said, I'm lucky. These kids rarely get out of line. So it's been really easy for me. They're an easy team to coach.
Maya, let me ask you about that, because you all had, again, I don't know if that's a good COVID hangover, maybe, that you had season taken away from you, essentially, a postseason. The fitness level, the drive, the determination of this group, is any of that because of what you've gone through over the last few years of your high school career? Or do you think if COVID never happened, this team would still be as focused as it is?
I think we're just a very motivated team. Like, we want to win. We want to compete with these, like, better teams, and we work for each other.
How much would it mean to you, Maya, if this team were to be fortunate enough to go all the way and win a state title?
It would be so exciting. Like, we've played together since we were younger. It's just a really good group.
Molly, we didn't ask you about college yet. I know that you have some decisions to make, but what sport, if you wanted, do you have to choose one, or could you play multiple sports in college?
If I decide to go to MCC for dental hygiene or a smaller school like that, I could possibly play both sports, lacrosse and soccer. But right now, I'm more focused on playing soccer in college, but that doesn't mean that lacrosse is totally out of the picture.
Molly,
Good
what
answer,
about
right, Coach? Coach, good answer.
No, she's gonna play soccer.
Molly, when you're
Steve,
good at
take us
those
home, Steve.
two sports like that, Molly, just tell me what you love about each of them, because they're different. There's some skills that transfer over, but what do you love about soccer? What do you love about lacrosse?
For both of them, the teams that I've been on, I just love everyone on them. It's like a family, but I guess the difference between them both is that I can get not a break from one or the other, but I also know that I have like other options and I'm not just going day to day playing just soccer and stuff like that.
Well, people are going to be gunning for you now as it happens when you're defending champs. So we wish you all the best of luck in the postseason, which is coming up fast and furious. And Mike, I got one last question. What keeps you coming back every year to coach? You've been doing this a while. What keeps you coming back? What's the reward for you?
2 girls that you have on this right now, that's why I keep coming back. They're awesome.
Being around good kids, good people. That's
Yep.
great.
It's fun.
But girls, Maya, thanks for being on our show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you to the Wi-Fi and the Ikewood household. Molly, thanks for going through us in the car. I know that we didn't have the strongest Wi-Fi. And Mike, I know you told me that the Wi-Fi was good where you are, but you better get that checked out. All right. Hey, we got through it. Thanks for the interview, Palmyra Girls Soccer. We appreciate it. And the best of luck to you all in the rest of the season. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
For Steve Bradley and our producer, Joe Brott, thanks for watching us right here on the Karns and Ferris High School Sports Show.